Hey, Year 10. We're going to do 10A now, which is introducing logarithms. One of the things that I've definitely noticed is when people or when students run into logarithms, they get a little bit confused. Um, so hopefully this is going to help you out a little bit in terms of kind of linking it back to stuff that you already know. So this sentence here is going to help you a lot, I hope. And it's that logs and exponentials are actually interchangeable. So if we look at this here, that's probably something you're reasonably familiar with. So a to the power of b is going to give you c, a certain answer, but that can actually be expressed using a log, and it's like this. So if you look at this also means a to the power of b gives you c. A to the power of b gives you c. These two, they give you the same information. So with this example here that I'm going to show you, we'd already know that 2 to the power of 3 gives us 8, but we can write that as a log as well. So this could be written as log base 2, 8 equals 3. So I'm looking at this and I can say that 2 to the power of 3 gives us 8. 2 to the power of 3 gives us 8. See how they work the same sort of way? So if we look at these couple that I've prepared here, 3 to the power of something gives us 9. So we know that 3 squared gives us 9, so the answer to this whole thing would be 2. 3 to the power of 2 gives us 9. With this one over here, 2 to the power of something gives us 16. 2 to the power of 4 gives us 16, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is going to be 16. Now again, these two can be written like this as well. 3 to the power of 2 equals 9. This one over here, 2 to the power of 4 equals 16. They're giving us the same info. Right, so hopefully when you read any sort of log equation like that, you can link it back to all what you already know with powers. So let's have a go at the first few examples here, and there are a few here because we can be reasonably quick when we do it. The first thing it wants us to do is change between log and exponential form. Okay, so that's what we're doing up the top here anyway. So we can do that by saying 10 to the power of 2 equals 100. And we know that yes, that's true. Let's look over here. 3 to the power of 3 gives us 27. Yep, that's true as well. Now we're going to go backwards this time. So we've gone from log to exponential. Now we're going from exponential over to log. So log. Now this is the base of an exponential, and whatever goes down here is the base of the log. They're the same. Okay, so 5 to the power of 3 gives us 125. Okay, so they're the exact same thing. Right, so this one over here is going to be log base 4, 16 equals 2. 4 squared equals 16. Alright, now let's go down to this next one. Now evaluate. What that means is it wants the actual answer for it. So that's pretty much what I was doing up here. But let's have a go with these ones. Alright, so 4 to the power of something gives us 64. 4 to the power of something gives us 64. So 4 squared is 16. That's not what we want. 4 to the power of 3 gives us 64. 4 times 4 times 4. So to evaluate it, this whole thing is just 3. Right? Now these ones are a little bit harder. Okay, now if I look at this here, 3 to the power of 1 just gives me 3, doesn't it? 3 to the power of 2 gives me 9. 3 to the power of 3 gives me 27. We're not really getting towards an answer that we like. So some of these answers are actually going to be negative as well. Now, hopefully you can catch on, and I think there's actually an easier way to do this, which you're going to find out soon, but you'll see that the answer to this is actually -1, because 3 to the power of -1, and if we look back at what we were doing the other lesson when we were looking at negative powers, this could actually be changed to 1 on 3. You know how or whatever has the negative power goes down? Right, so see how that's 1/3? So 3 to the power of -1 gives you 1/3. Now that sort of works over here as well. Now, the answer over here is going to be -3, sorry. And I want to show you using this way as well. So 2 to the power of -3 gives us 1/8, but I just want to write down 2 to the power of -3 to start with. Okay. Now, again, we don't want to have a negative power, so this can also be 1 on 2 to the power of 3. And 2 to the power of 3 is 8, so equals 1 on 8. Alright, so if you get 2 to the power of -3, it's going to give you 1/8. Now these two might seem a little bit hard. I probably haven't explained them that well, but I think it's going to be easier for you to work them out in another way. So have a go at these ones today. But if you're not 100% sure about them, don't worry too much about it. Like, you're welcome to ask questions, but we're going to go over a better way to do it, in my opinion, in a future exercise. All right. So now here it just wants us to solve for x. Now most of these sort of things we've done before, but we just need to notice where the x actually is. Okay, so I've popped them in all different spots. But we just need to read these logs like they're exponentials. So this is saying 4 to the power of x gives us 64. You don't have to write these down in exponential form, but if it helps you, go for it. So 4 to the power of x equals 64. Alright, so 4 to the power of 2 gives us 16. 4 to the power of 3 gives us 64. So x has to be 3. So we could put a 3 in there. Let's go to B. See how x is in a different spot now? So this is saying something to the power of 2 gives us 49. Something to the power of 2 gives us 49. Now 7 squared gives us 49, doesn't it? So x has got to be 7. Or you could just solve this using your square root as well. So yep, we've done that one. Don't know why I've written B again, that's C. Okay, now this is saying 6 to the power of 2 gives us x. 6 to the power of 2 gives us x. Now we know that 6 times 6, or 6 squared, is 36. So x equals 36. Done. So hopefully those examples have helped you out a little bit. Again, let me know if you have any questions, and have a go at the questions from our work schedule. Thank you guys.